Hello, it's Alexa here with I Am Woman. I am sitting down with Katie Carter, Health and Fitness, and we are doing another spotlight on our I Am Woman publication. Like I said before, it seems like International Women's Day it turned into a day, but I kind of feel like March is all about celebrating women. So, Katie, thank you for joining me today. Let's start off easy and get to know you a little bit. Can you tell the audience who you are?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm nervous but excited to be here. A little bit about me. I grew up in Prince George, BC, and that's where I got my Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and then also eventually got certified as a personal trainer. I started my business during COVID, right at the beginning of COVID. So in March 2020, 5 years ago, exactly. So that's pretty crazy.
Congrats.
Thank you. But yeah, I have always been into health and fitness growing up. I loved playing sports, but I don't think it was until I started my health and fitness journey that I realized how much my mental health influenced just my overall health, like physically as well. And so before starting my business, 2 years before that, so the end of 2018 is when I actually started my health and wellness journey. When I started getting into working out, learning more about nutrition, taking care of my mental health as well as my physical health. And I think that part of my schooling, my psychology, definitely, helped me learn a lot about just like mindset, mental health, of course. And that's kind of how I got into starting my business. It all started with my own journey, my own experience, and I became passionate about it. And people started reaching out to me. They wanted to achieve what I had achieved. They wanted to transform, their not just their physical wellness, but more importantly, their mental wellness when they saw, that I did. So and I was like, you know what, maybe this is something that I could, do. And then that's when I got certified and I started my business just from, other people reaching out for help. And then I've been doing it ever since.
So you could have totally gone down different paths. You were kind of at a crossroads. You could have been a counselor.
Yeah.
And then obviously, do you mind, and feel free to share what you feel comfortable with, but you were struggling mentally and that's where you found fitness, and that kind of has now steered you into your being an entrepreneur and starting this. Do you mind sharing what you were struggling a bit with?
Yeah, of course. So in 2018, I was just at a very low point in my mental health and physical health. I almost hit just like a rock bottom where I didn't really know what was going on. I felt very low on a daily basis, and I didn't realize, that my lifestyle, the things that I was doing were impacting just, my mental health. I didn't know that my physical health was
connected.
Was connected. And it was actually, I remember it so clearly, which is like so weird. I was in my bedroom living with my mom at the time, and I had ordered some clothes from Lululemon. And I ordered them in a slightly larger size because I knew that I had gained, a little bit of weight. So I was just trying to,
be kind to yourself.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay. But then I got them, and of course, like sizes change over time, and
especially with Lululemon.
Yeah, I know. Even now too, I'm like, I don't even know what my size is.
Yeah.
But I tried them on, and they were just like way too tight, and I'm like, so I'm an even larger size than this, and I think Like obviously it sounds like something so small, but it was just this moment of realization where I was like what is happening? Why, how did this happen?
Yeah.
And then I just looked at myself in the mirror and I was just crying. And eventually my mom came in and she just, she obviously supported me, asked what was wrong, and then, gave me that support that I needed, but also encouraged me to go to counseling, like seek professional help for my mental health, because, both of those were suffering at the time. It wasn't just that I had gained weight, and after I realized, I had gained 40, almost 50 pounds. And I knew that, I needed to make a change. So I did start going to counseling in addition to, starting to just like work out and pay more attention to my physical health. But yeah, I think I was just like
at a rock bottom-ish
yeah.
time in your life. And young.
Yeah.
You were young.
I was young. So it was hard. The group of people that I was hanging out with, it wasn't necessarily, they weren't bad people, but it just like the influence, like the environment you're in can definitely influence just your health and, the habits that you have. And I just wasn't thinking about myself at all, just doing things, just anything. So I think now it's like everything I do, I at least, have my wellness in mind, like not to an extreme level, but I'm just like, okay, you know what? I want to feel good. I want to be happy. I want my mental health to be good. So it's always something that I think now that I think of, right?
It's a ripple effect in your world, though.
Yes.
In other people's world.
For sure.
So I see that, well, because you started your business practically during COVID, so we were in lockdown. So your business actually is not the traditional, like you go to the gym and work out with you. Can you tell me, it's online? Do you do in person? Talk to me about it.
I do now, actually, since moving to Kelowna. I started training clients in person for the first time. So initially, when I got certified, like my goal was to train clients in person. That's what I was, I think, most passionate about, was working out, getting stronger. I wanted to, become the strongest version of myself. I loved, lifting heavy, feeling that strength, and my confidence came from strength training and lifting heavy. It did not come from, losing weight and trying to be skinny. Like it was just, just feeling strong. So I got a job at a gym, personal trainer, and then I was about to start, and that's when all of the gyms closed. So initially, like my plan was to be a personal trainer, to help clients in person, and potentially from that I could have like gone different avenues and started to help with like nutrition and done a little bit of online. But my first goal was just in person with clients. And then so gyms shut down, and I still had people that were reaching out and still wanted to work with me. And not only it wasn't just my gym that shut down, it was everyone's gym. So everyone was like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do at home? What can I use? Yeah, what can I use? And I was at the point where, because I shared a lot on social media. So the reason people started reaching out to me is because I started sharing my journey on my Instagram page. And I would create these videos where I was carrying, like, my mom had this like bag of flour, like a big bag of flour, and I would like put it on my shoulder or on my back, or like carry it and do like squats with it. So I would like try and get creative. I didn't even have, like, I had a couple dumbbells, but not really anything. So
it can get expensive when you start having to buy a bunch of gym equipment. Do you need space?
Yes, exactly. And I think at the time, like, they ended up like skyrocketing prices of everything because they're like, oh, we know everyone is going to want to get like gym equipment for home. Let's just bump the price up.
Industries that did really well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You bought a dog, which I paid.
Oh, yeah. Everyone was getting dogs.
Which you paid an arm and a leg for. Gym equipment, anything to keep yourself entertained at home.
Yes, exactly. No. So I just started, sharing everything online.
Amazing.
What was?
So your business was training
Oh,
women
yes.
online.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's where your first couple years
Yeah.
was. You were just doing online training, but now you're
Yeah.
transitioning into in person as well again.
Yeah. So since I guess it was last year, I first started training clients in person. So a little bit more of like my backstory and my journey. I started my business living in Prince George, and then from then I moved to Vancouver Island and continued my business because it was all online. So I kind of took the opportunity after I graduated from university. I was like, let's go live somewhere else. I wasn't necessarily I didn't want to stay in my hometown. I love all my family. All my family lives there, but I still go visit all the time. But I didn't want to live there. So I was like, well, if if my job is online, might as well just go live somewhere else. And originally, actually, I was going to go back to school and get another degree because I was also interested in criminology.
Oh, cool.
So I loved like deviant behavior and like psychological, like I love psychological thrillers and stuff. So I wanted to get into that. So I ended up getting accepted to a criminology program at VIU, but then that was before like I got really busy with my business. And then, so I started my business and I was working my business while living on the island. And then I met my fiance there and adopted a dog. And then we were traveling a lot and decided that it was easier to move to the mainland. So then we moved to Vancouver. Both of those places, I felt like the community, because they are a little bit bigger and there's so much going on, that it was very hard for me to, find a community where I was able to, train people in person. So I just continued with the online stuff. I was happy with that. But after a while, it did definitely affect my mental health. Like doing everything online, I didn't have to leave my house for anything other than like going to the gym and groceries, errands, that kind of stuff. But
you didn't
definitely
get that human connection.
Yes, I didn't at all, and it was that again was affecting my mental health. So I met someone in town here in Kelowna who reached out and just asked if I did in-person training, and I was like, you know what, I don't, but I would love to, and I would love to do both, like have a little bit of a mix. Because that's what I originally wanted to do, was in-person training to help clients get stronger, improve their form, build their confidence. And then I've started, so I still do just like a mix of both. I love both. I love
kind
my
of
clients.
Works for who you can still help clients all over. You can connect with someone in person. I mean, we all have busy schedules. We all prefer things a certain way. Some people like to work out in the morning. Some people like to work out at night. So health and fitness, do you think that, I mean, it's not going anywhere. I feel like also, do you just work with women, or do you work with men and women, or your bread and butter women?
I work with both. The majority of my clients are women, but I do have some in-person clients who are men. I have worked with men online as well. But I would say the majority of my clients are women, but I'm not
I'm only taking women.
No, I would work with anyone for sure.
Well, I find that interesting. Like, psychology is such a cool thing to have with the fitness, and like I think I saw that you also help with nutrition. Like, that's kind of a nice combination, because fitness is such a mental game.
Oh yeah.
So you must have to coach and get people fired up, and you probably see clients in all sorts of, especially with females. We have 4 different stages in our cycle, so you see that she may need not as. I think the thing is, for me, coming back, I used to be a gymnast and I used to work out a lot, and now I have a hard time finding time to work out. But I think you forget, as women, we need to be doing strength training. Like, I think sometimes you worry as a female, like you said earlier, lifting weights and just you don't want to get bulky,
Yeah.
but you do need the strength training.
Yeah, you need, I mean, a mix of everything is good. I used to be very heavily like focused on just strength training, and I was
Okay.
like, I just want to get stronger.
Yeah.
I didn't love cardio. I mean, I still don't love cardio.
Nobody really loves cardio.
No.
Get out.
Yeah, but I started like doing a little bit of mix
Mhm.
of everything. I go to spin now. I personally like spin because it's like a dark room and nobody can see you when
Yeah.
you're sweating and red. But no, strength training is so important, not just for, you know, to improve how you look physically, but it's about, you know, longevity, bone health, about, you know, when you get to the point where, like, if, you know, if you're wanting to get pregnant or you want to, you know,
You're
be able
aging
to,
and you
yeah,
are starting to lose your
once you
bone density.
once you hit a certain age, it's just like consistent drop in your bone density and your strength. So if you know you want to age and you want to be able to be independent as you get older, like you need to be able to have some muscle mass, some strength. And like you said, it's not just about, you know, getting as strong and building as much muscle as you can to like the point where, you know, you're a bodybuilder or something. Like it's just like to have muscle on your body. It's so important for, you know, your overall health, for your metabolism. If you want a high metabolism, you need, you know, muscle on your body. And if you want to prevent injury, I know I'm young, but as I've been getting older, like I've experienced like lower back pain, and I know a lot of it is like I need to strengthen certain muscles, my core, to help with that. So if you know, if you struggle with knee pain, hip pain, anything, like, you know, you have to focus on getting strong and building muscle so that, you know, you prevent injury and help with, you know, bone density moving forward, longevity, metabolism, all of that. Yeah.
I think that as a society, we've just gotten busier and we sit a lot or we're on our, you know, devices, your neck's like this. And I mean, I sit at a desk all day, so I see it. But I really think that people need to now, you have to do the work now for yourself when you don't want to get to a point where you're in your 50s or 60s and you're struggling to have mobility, because actually right now I'm in my 30s, but you really want to get that foundation
for sure
to have a healthier because yes, as we said, things start to go like this, so why not do it more like this?
Exactly. And I was gonna say, like, I know that I mentioned I started my journey like once I hit rock bottom, right? Like you don't want to get to that point, right? Like I do want to help, you know, people who maybe they are at rock bottom, and obviously like I want to support you and guide you out of that, but I also want to help you prevent getting to that point, right? Because it's so much easier, like you said, to stay stable and to maintain versus, you know, getting to a point where you're down here and you need to get back up there. It's possible either way, but, you know, wouldn't you rather have that consistent, you know, healthy lifestyle where you don't hit rock bottom? Because so it wasn't a good feeling when I got there, and you don't want to get there either.
Okay, so let's close. Is there anything else before we close you want to touch on or just mention?
I mostly just wanted to say that, you know, my business, how I help clients, is about so much more than, you know, doing workouts or giving nutrition goals. Like, obviously, you know, I give specific protocols, but more of it is just like, I'd say I take a very holistic approach in terms of, you know, I like to incorporate everything, you know, your stress levels, mental health, obviously, you know, I have the education, I have the experience, I know how important it is. But kind of going into gut health even, I've been on my gut health journey lately, and it's crazy. It's crazy what it does for your skin, what it does for everything, your mental health even. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, even though my journey started with, you know, I wanted to, you know, lose weight, get healthier, it has maintained because I have really put the effort, the time and effort into, finding a sustainable lifestyle that works for me, a healthy lifestyle that has, that flexibility in it. But that I'm also like thinking about everything. Like I pay attention, I make sure I have a good sleep. I take care of my stress. I pay attention to my digestion. Like it's not just about, eating clean and going to the gym 6 days a week or whatever. It's about, finding something that is realistic and sustainable for you so that you can get to that point where it is consistent. You can just, keep doing what you're doing for the rest of your life, right? Rather than, having this crash and then trying to do a diet and then, getting back up here and then going back down because it's unsustainable, right? So yeah, that's just kind of what my business is about.
It kind of sounds like you're more coaching like a lifestyle.
Yeah.
A healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I like to, give nutrition goals and workouts, but I mostly just want to help, my clients improve their lifestyle overall.
Amazing. Yeah. So to end it, do you have a woman or are there women or is this person alive? Is this person a celebrity? Who do you look up to or who is your mentor? Who keeps pushing you?
I would say my mom. It's actually her birthday coming up in a few days here. But I love her. I mean, she was obviously, that first person that when I did have, my moment where I did hit rock bottom, she was my support. She's my best friend. Like I talk to her about everything. And yeah, I think if it wasn't for her that, I probably wouldn't have, the confidence and independence that I have now to, run a business. And yeah, so.
Amazing.
Yeah. But there's so many.
Yes,
so many. It's hard, but obviously my mom, I love her, so it's hard not to say my mom.
It's kind of cool to see though, because I've asked a few females.
Yeah.
And so far we are 3 out of 3 moms.
Really?
So I don't know, that's kind of inspiring of just how much our moms do for us, and it never ends. Like it doesn't matter how old you are.
No.
You can be, in your 50s and your mom is still your hero.
Yes.
Not saying that dads aren't, but
I know.
There is a special thing about women, the nurturing, and we just are incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Katie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.